Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great weekend overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna be speaking about people coming out their skin to say that Oleksandr Usyk is overrated after a controversial fight with Rico Verhoeven. We're going to be speaking about the WBA ordering Gervonta Davis versus Floyd Schofield. Then, of course, we're going to get into some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into all of that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'll be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,500 mark. Looking to crack that 3,600 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Happy Sunday night. Happy Sunday night, man. Hope everybody's having a great holiday weekend, man. Shout out to all my guys out there that's getting, tomorrow off as well, man, considering that it's a federal holiday. Shout out to everybody that celebrates Memorial Day. You know what I mean? What's going on? How we feeling? Today was rough, man. I ain't gonna lie for me. You know what I mean? Not feeling too well. My son's still dealing with his little hives and all that. I mean, the whole crib down bad, man. I ain't even step out the crib today. I was supposed to have some boxing sessions at the gym. I had to cancel them. Just been in the crib, just scrolling. What they call that? Doom scrolling on my phone all day. Watching little entertainment videos, letting the time pass, medicating my son. You know what I mean? Ain't really even have an appetite today. Today was rough. Today was definitely rough, but shout out to everybody that had a positive day. You know what I mean? Regardless of how the way we feel in the boxing world is still turning. So we got to address some things. There's a lot of ignorance out here in these streets. But we here to, expose all of that and just bring the truth to the table. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Tricks in the building. What up, brother? That was the first comment of the day. My boy Chris Maldonado. What's going on, brother? How we feeling? That's my high school brother right there, man. What's going on? What's going on? Stop Motion MMA. What up? Good to see you, man. He said anyone calling Usyk overrated is a fool. Well, it's a lot of fools out here, man. It's a lot of these guys that, people follow and subscribe to in the boxing media that's just out here just saying anything and just going to show how, minuscule their boxing knowledge is, man. Just how, I'm going to keep it real, yo. Y'all, the boxing fans, we just be letting anybody come in the door, man. They ain't got to, and these the same motherfuckers that be getting commentary opportunities, shit just be mind-boggling to me. Like, this is the motherfuckers that y'all put in position because they can't get there without y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, these the motherfuckers that y'all put in position to have an actual opinion and have some type of credibility in the sport. It's like these motherfuckers don't have to box, which is fine. You know what I mean? There's some anomalies. There's some exceptions to the rule. You know what I mean? I didn't have much boxing experience myself, truth be told. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to box. You don't got to you ain't got to go through a full training camp. Motherfuckers don't even got to spar. These niggas don't even have to throw a punch. These niggas they ain't even got to sit there and watch somebody's training camp. Get to actually know a fighter. These motherfuckers just blurt absolute stupidity. Absolute stupidity. And get all the recognition in the world. This shit is just crazy to me. You feel what I'm saying? And Tricks, it ain't only him. He a goofy. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with him at all. You know what I mean? He done got my page reported and all type of shit. Apparently, he know niggas that's, higher ups at YouTube and all that. So niggas done reported my page because, I called him out for being a fucking sellout. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas had me do a sensitivity training and all that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, he a clown. He a clown, man. So, we expect clowns to do clown shit. You feel me? But anyways, let's see what the people saying. The people been calling Usyk overrated, been hating on him for years, and are looking for an excuse to criticize him. Yeah. Motherfuckers make wild ass talking points, and when they get something that feels like that validates they bum ass point, see, I tried to tell y'all, nigga, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Slime, what up? Ghost 787 says Zordo in jail. Yeah, I seen something about that. That was a weird situation. I didn't really get to see all the details. I think I just seen like a group mugshot of like him and like 5 other people. man, prayers up for Zordo. I don't know what he got going on. Hopefully, it's a huge misunderstanding. Yeah, I mean, it kind of remind me of Chavez Jr. right after the Jake Paul fight. He got arrested. I don't know what's going on out there, man. In Mexico, it's his own little world, to be honest with you. You know, different politics going on out there. You feel me? Hold on, y'all. Just got a text. He's still up. Give me 1 second, y'all. It's about my son. I'll be right back. Yo, what's going on, yo? My apologies for that, man. We're gonna get this show right back on the road. But like I said, man, like I said, prayers up to Zordo. I hope it's a big misunderstanding. From people that I know that know him personally or at least been around him, they always said positive things about him. You know, hopefully he's not out here just moving incorrectly. You making way too much money. You doing too many great things in the sport of boxing. I mean, you were just talking about wrapping up your career and shit like that, man. So I hope this isn't a pattern. I hope you get that shit situated ASAP and I mean, you continue to live on your life, man. You feel what I'm saying? Live on with your life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I mean, I really hope he's not having no, issues in his personal life that's causing him to do things like, that's illegal and shit like that. But I guess we'll get more information as it goes along, man. And I hope he does well. I hope things, go smooth for him. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and hide that current comment. But God bless everybody that's in the chat, man. Shout out to my boy Go787. He talking about, damn, you talk, yeah. I ain't gonna mention his name because he a weirdo. You feel what I'm saying? Stop motion, he a weirdo. But yeah, man, that like motherfuckers like that, bro, you get them niggas a little bit of attention and they feel like their opinion matter. You feel what I'm saying? They start feeling like they know boxing and shit like that, bro. Y'all niggas is stone cold casuals that just have a fan base. Like, it'd be frying me, y'all. And it really because I come from this shit. I live this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, since a baby, like I can show you pictures from when I was a baby. Like, I lived this shit my whole life. Like, when I was boxing was something that even when I try to run away from it, it always found its way back to me. Like, I genuinely feel like this is what I was put on this earth to do. You know what I'm saying? I never ignored God's signs and I just followed through. And ever since then, it guided me to where I am today. And look, I could show you pictures from when I was a baby, bro. Like this shit too easy. Too easy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I really lit this shit through and through. Like, look at this shit, bro. My dad had sent me this picture a while back. Nigga, that's me, bro. That's really me. Look at me, a little fat young boy that always had me boxing, always had me sharpening my tools, always had me a student of the game, bro. I used to sit on my dad's lap and watch and watch niggas. Like, so now I be peeping. And mind you, when I was only a couple months old, I think I was only a month old, my mom tatted my name on her ankle with a pair of boxing gloves. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? That's just that's God, bro. That's God. That's God aligning me with my purpose. And I said all of that shit to say it's a lot of corny motherfuckers out here, bro. A lot of dudes who, you know what I mean, see that the game of boxing is easily it's one of the most easiest sports to infiltrate. You know what I mean? It's one of the very few sports where you don't have to do anything to be involved. You grab a little microphone, you know what I mean? You got some access to some interviews, and boom, you a boxing reporter. You part of the media. You know what I mean? You're a boxing writer, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, man. It do not take much to get into the game of boxing, whether you are a fighter or your media. That's just the reality of the situation, right? So coming from a person who get a whole life to the sport of boxing, seeing these dudes who claim to be boxing historians, you know, hardcore boxing fans, bro, I see right through that shit, man. This shit is all an act. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of motherfuckers claim that it's a lot of WWE shit. It's a lot of wrestling amongst these fighters. It's the same shit with this, with you know, these media outlets. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is actors. These niggas is entertainers. Ain't never come up in boxing their whole life, but they seen a lane that they could take advantage of that, you know, for monetary gain. You know, they exploit it, and then, you know what I'm saying, they just want to give you this impression that they this motherfucking hardcore. I mean, niggas grew up playing basketball claiming that they boxing heads. Niggas, like, man, cut it the fuck out, bro. If you young, if you new to the game and you looking to learn and also becoming a hardcore boxing fan, I got nothing negative to say about that. But let that shit be known. Stop coming out here acting like you done been in the game all this time. Bro, these niggas be full of shit. So anyways, Oleksandr Usyk, they say Turkey a hardcore boxing fan. That nigga don't know shit about boxing at all. And if he a hardcore boxing fan, why does he always seem to put the entertainment over the actual sport? Why is that? If he was a hardcore boxing fan, he'll see when boxing was at its height, you know, was at its highest power, and seeing, you know, the best fight and the best, you know, keeping it simple, but just putting the game first, giving us the best fights, which Turkey has been giving us pretty good fights, you know what I mean? But also, you know what I mean, doing whatever you can to make sure that it's the greatest sport in the world, bro. He doesn't do that, bro. He makes this shit look like entertainment each and every time. He wants boxing to look like a motherfucking circus. You feel me? That's just my opinion on the whole situation. But regardless, man, Oleksandr Usyk, you know, one of the greatest fighters of this era. Shit, I don't know where you could put him, because there's a lot of great fighters. So I can understand that perspective. Oh, Usyk ain't Muhammad Ali and all that. I totally understand that, bro. Muhammad Ali came up in a different era where there was a lot more great fighters, and, you know, he was able to consistently be great throughout that time frame, even with him going to jail and all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's hard to add up to them type of guys. Like I said, completely different era, you know, different times, different type of competition, different type of, you know, dogs. You feel what I'm saying, that you had to go up against. Like in this era, we ain't got a George Foreman. We ain't got a Joe Frazier, in my opinion. Like we don't got Floyd Pattersons. We ain't got motherfucking what's this dude name? Fuck, man. They always consider him like the hardest puncher ever, up there with George Foreman and all them. What the fuck is his name, y'all? I'm drawing a blank right now. I got, like, my mind is telling me exactly who he is. Damn, what's his name, y'all? Muhammad Ali fought him and all. Ernie Shavers, thank you. Sonny Liston is another great one. All-time great heavyweight, absolutely. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, like, I wouldn't say that Usyk is greater than Muhammad Ali, but that don't mean that he ain't great, and that don't mean that he isn't an all-time great in his own right. And Usyk is one of the most decorated fighters that I've seen in a very long time. So I want to give you guys just a short history lesson on who Oleksandr Usyk is, from the amateur pedigree to the professional pedigree. Because I feel like a lot of these dudes really don't understand exactly what Usyk has accomplished and what he has done in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit that he's done, a lot of motherfuckers won't never accomplish in their lifetime. They can start boxing at 5 years old, retire when they 40, and give 35 years of blood, sweat, and tears and will not do what Oleksandr Usyk has done. And this man has he's literally accomplished everything that you would want to accomplish in the sport of boxing, from an amateur pedigree all the way to a professional pedigree. Everything that you could think of, he done did it. He done made the money. He done got the belts. He got the resume. Like, so this is when I hear motherfuckers say, oh, man, I told you, man. I tried to tell y'all Usyk is overrated. Let's see if this qualifies as somebody being an overrated fighter. Now, you could not be a fan of the dude. That's fine. There's a lot of motherfuckers that I'm not the biggest fans of, but I give them their credit because they shown to be great. You feel what I'm saying? Not the biggest Naya or NUA fan, but guess what? It's a bad motherfucker. Not the biggest Shakur Stevenson fan, but that's a bad motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I could give these guys their credit. You feel me? So it ain't nothing for me to do that. But these dudes, because they dislike somebody or they trying to big up somebody else, I'm hearing them saying that Kabiel will pack Oleksandr Usyk in 8. Like, you sure about that? I fuck with Egypt Kabiel. He has the tools necessary to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, especially at 39 years old. And his last performance, boxing is what have you done for me lately? I understand that, but Usyk not just no walk in the park where niggas is packing him in the mid rounds. If Egypt's able to do that, we got a new superstar in the sport of boxing. Anything can happen, especially in the heavyweight division. But I'm just sick of this notion that Usyk is just, not as great as he's shown to be. So let's take it all the way back to Oleksandr Usyk. And the reason why I've dressed myself as a motherfucking teacher in this thumbnail that you're seeing on this live is because I'm about to give you niggas a little lesson. Not the nation, not the mob. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all niggas already know what it is when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk, but I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a brief history lesson for those of y'all who just believe the bullshit that these bum-ass media outlets tell y'all, and I'm going to educate y'all something on the actual factuals. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Let's go all the way back to before we even know who Oleksandr Usyk was, when he was just an amateur on the scene. Very, very, very decorated amateur pedigree. Don't get much better than Oleksandr Usyk. This dude, do any of y'all know this dude amateur record in itself? We just gonna talk about the record right now. Does anybody know how many fights Oleksandr Usyk had? And it wasn't 15 fights, it wasn't 40 fights, it wasn't 100 fights, nigga, it wasn't even 200 fights. You know what I'm saying? This dude amassed throughout his career. This dude, Oleksandr Usyk, had 350 amateur fights. 350. Not too far away from Vasyl Lomachenko. You feel what I'm saying? 350 amateur fights. Can y'all believe what that nigga record is? 335 and 15, bro. Bro, I know niggas right now that got 50 fights and already got 15 losses. 335 and 15, bro. Like, if you did 350 fights and if you even broke even, that's a good record. If you got 200 wins, that's a good record. If you got near the 300 mark, that's a great record. This man only picked up 15 losses, and who's to say he really lost? There might have been some of those fights that he could have won, but they just went the other way. What I'm trying to say is, to have 350 Emmys and you only lost 15 of them, that's crazy. And this is fighting at a local level, international level, at a world level. Like, this shit right here is what he was able to do on all levels in the amateurs, right? So 335 and 15, according to the research that I've done, right? So let's just talk about what he did as an amateur, just some light accolades. We're not even going to get into who he beat in the amateurs, which I'm sure we could pull up on BoxRec and shit like that. But this man won a gold medal at the 2012 London Olympics. So around 14 years ago, this man won a gold medal. Not only that, But a year before that, he won the world championships, heavyweight, gold medalist. Right. So not only is he winning gold medals in the Olympics, but he's also doing it in the world championships, which is a crazy level to even get to in itself. A lot of motherfuckers don't even make it there. But Usyk, being the Ukrainian, he fought at in the European championships back in 2008, won another gold medal, and that was at light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So and then we go back to 2009. You know what I mean? He won a bronze medal in the 2009 World Championship. So at every as he's went on, he's always seemed to medal and he's gotten better each and every year. He just seemed to step it up. So 350 amateur fights, gold medal, don't won a fucking championship at every level. And that's just the amateur record. For real, if I was to pull up his amateur record right now, in international fights, he was 88-12. But I'm sure I could bring up some guy. He beat Joe Joyce in the amateurs. He beat Clemente Russo, who he beat for the gold medal. He beat Artur Beterbiev. This is who motherfuckers claim would beat him right now. Who else? Let me see. A lot of European dudes. They have a shit ton of fights in their own right. The list goes on and on. We ain't gotta go through all of the names and shit like that. But Oleksandr Usyk had an extensive amateur pedigree. Eduardo Alvarez said he still looked like shit last night. Bro, that's not what we talking about, though. You feel what I'm saying? What I'm arguing is the whole point that people are saying that Oleksandr Usyk is overrated. That's what I'm talking about. So all that's fluff to you, then you don't got to be on the live, brother. It's really that simple. I'm going to still go through and speak about what I need to speak about, because the reality of the situation is if you're calling Oleksandr Usyk overrated, then how many niggas in this game is overrated? Because not many people have accomplished what Oleksandr Usyk has accomplished. Now, let's talk about his professional accolades. Fought in the cruiserweight division. Historically, never been the most exciting division or anything like that. But what he ended up doing in 2018 was become the first Ukrainian in history to become an undisputed champion. Before, did something that Vasyl Lomachenko, y'all niggas was calling him White Jesus, and y'all niggas was saying that he was the Matrix and all that shit. Was never able to accomplish what Oleksandr Usyk has accomplished. Became unified, but was never undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He went on just like Andre Ward. Shout out to the GOAT, Andre Ward. He won the World Boxing Super Series and won the Muhammad Ali Trophy. You see what I'm saying? And in terms of who he had beat at cruiserweight, the biggest names that he fought was Marius Bradis. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all who don't know who that is because y'all haven't done y'all research. But you know what I mean? From what I understand, Marius Bradis, based upon my research, he's from Latvia. You know what I'm saying? And is a three-time cruiserweight champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? And he's widely regarded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest fighter to come out of Latvia. So that's not something, you know what I'm saying, to take lightly. You know what I'm saying? He captured the WBC. He captured the WBO. He captured the IBF. That doesn't sound like somebody who's a bum to me. You know what I'm saying? So, he beat him in the process, one of the best guys in cruiserweight. Then he also went on to beat Murat Garcia. Now, who is that? That's somebody who won 3 major world titles across, 2 weight classes his own right. You know what I mean? Won a world title. He won 2 world titles, actually. He was a unified champion in the cruiserweight division. He won the IBF cruiserweight title. Then he went ahead and he won the WBA cruiserweight title. You feel what I'm saying? Then he ended up winning a regular WBA title in the heavyweight division. Now, a lot of y'all don't count regular titles. I'm somebody that doesn't as well. But at the same time, y'all was over here bigging Gervonta Davis up when he had the WBA regular title. Y'all was bigging up Rolly Romero when he had the WBA regular title. So respectfully, I don't want to hear that shit. If you're gonna be giving credit to y'all fair fighters for having regular belts, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He said you're not keeping it real. Bye. What the fuck is you talking about? This dude tripping. You ain't even letting me finish my fucking monologue before you go ahead and jump out the window. For all that, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, 2 great cruiserweight guys that he had beat in the division and in course of becoming an undisputed champion at cruiserweight. Now, I remember when he had went up to heavyweight, there was a lot of doubt about Oleksandr Usyk. A lot of doubt about him. He was heavily doubted, saying that he was too small for the division and these guys are too big, they're too strong. What does Oleksandr Usyk do? He goes up into the heavyweight division. He fights, I think his first fight was Chaz Witherspoon. Solid, you know what I mean? Not a world level fighter in my opinion, but he fought him, you know what I mean? Got his feet wet, in the heavyweight division, then went right into the smoke. I think he fought Derek Chisora after the fact, which a lot of people fought him. You feel what I'm saying? And he was able to get, acclimated to the division. Shortly afterwards, he takes on the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, and dismantles him in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, who has lost in the past and has been able to avenge, his losses with rematches like he did with Andrew Ruiz, runs it back with Oleksandr Usyk. He makes the adjustments. He adds Robert Garcia to his training camp to give him that gritty, come forward, pressure, body shot approach type of style. You see what I'm saying? And, Anthony Joshua made some adjustments, but guess what? Oleksandr Usyk, being considered the small heavyweight that didn't have a chance against these big, powerful heavyweights, these heavyweight giants that they was calling them. Anthony Joshua, 250, 260, 6'6", tries to find a way and try to be physical with Oleksandr Usyk just to get outboxed yet again. So he dismantles Anthony Joshua, the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, dismantles him twice. You feel what I'm saying? So unified champion of the world. There's a lot of anticipation between, Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury being somebody who easily walks around, 300 pounds, fights around, lately been fighting at 260, 270, 6'9", even bigger fighter than Anthony Joshua. Not as powerful, but is just as much of a, force. You know what I'm saying? Because when you fight motherfuckers who's 6'9", 270, they might not be punching like Anthony Joshua, but you better believe they had something on them punches. And, a lot of people was doubting Oleksandr Usyk in the lead up to that Tyson Fury fight. And what did he go ahead and do? Dismantle Tyson Fury. I thought he beat him clearly in that first fight. It was a split decision, but regardless, you know what I mean? I thought he beat him. So what did he end up doing? He ran it back with him. Fought him again, beat him again. So you're talking about Tyson Fury, who was a unified, who had, not at the same time, but literally had every belt in the heavyweight division. This is Tyson Fury who dethroned and ultimately stopped the reign of Vladimir Klitschko. You know what I mean? Came back off of a layoff and a coke binge and alcoholism and mental health issues. Jumped right back in with Deontay Wilder. They had their trilogy. He got the better of that trilogy. You know what I'm saying? He had title defenses. He running around with that WBC title. A lot of people are making kick. I've seen people saying that fucking Tyson Fury was better than Muhammad Ali. I remember they were saying that shit. You know what I mean? I remember Shakur Stevenson was saying all of that, just running with all these bum-ass narratives and all that shit. And it sound good. You feel me? So Oleksandr Usyk beats him twice, then he goes on. Now, Oleksandr Usyk is a fucking undisputed champion in the heavyweight division at this time. You know what I'm saying? Usyk, from what I understand, wanted to take a break or whatever the case was. And, what does he do? He ends up taking on after he beat Anthony Joshua in the rematch, he goes ahead and he knocks out Daniel Dubois. Controversial. Looked like he got hurt to the body. I thought it was a body shot. He did what he had to do to play it off. He weathered the storm. He got past it. He knocked out Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Knocked out Daniel Dubois. So while Daniel Dubois, is coming back off of his loss, he comes through. He makes a complete 180 and makes a crazy comeback. While Usyk is taking care of Tyson Fury and shit, he makes a crazy comeback. You know what I mean? Beats Philip Herkovich. He beat Gerald Miller. He knocked out Anthony Joshua. Great fucking fight. Ends up becoming champion. And I think they had stripped Oleksandr Usyk. I think the IBF, or he vacated his IBF title for Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois to fight for. Daniel Dubois knocks out Anthony Joshua. Then he meets Daniel Dubois in a rematch and then knocks him out even more brutally early in the fight and becomes undisputed yet again. So he vacating titles, letting motherfuckers win and become a world champion. Then he goes ahead, rematches them, knock him out, and become undisputed again. So for real, you talking about a 3-time undisputed world champion in 2 different divisions. 3-time undisputed champion in 2 different divisions. That's what we talking about. You feel what I'm saying? And he has this fight with Rico. You know what I'm saying? And did Usyk perform well? Absolutely not. He looked like horse shit to me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. He did not impress me whatsoever, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and make no excuses. He should have gotten Rico up out of this fight. Should have been a lot easier than what it looked like. You feel what I'm saying? Because how the way them scorecards look, it looked like 2 judges had it a draw going into the 12th round. Or going into the 11th round when he stopped him. So was this fight supposed to be competitive? No. But at the end of the day, he got the W. Did I agree with the stoppage? No. They should have let that man, make it into the motherfucking 12th round. And I think Rico would have got stopped in the 12th round. I think a lot of people, believe that. But the reality is we'll never know because the ref had a horrible stoppage. It is what it is. But why are we chalking up one underwhelming performance from Oleksandr Usyk where he was able to pull off the W? Regardless of how the way you feel about it, he was able to pull off the W. He didn't get knocked out. He didn't get dropped. He didn't lose on the scorecards. The referee stopped the fight prematurely. This shit happens. We seen this shit happen with Ismael Barroso and Rolly Romero, where everybody was, clowning Rolly Romero for getting beat up by that old head. And then, when Rolly started turning up on him, the ref waved it off. These things happen. Referees make terrible choices. The referee made a terrible choice with not giving Gervonta Davis a count when he took that knee against Lamont Roach. We seen Meldrick Taylor versus Chavez Sr. when, they stopped the fight when literally there was no time left on the clock and all they had to do was just let the fight go to the scorecards. There's so many instances of referees making dumb-ass choices. So many. Premature stoppages from referees. So why are we shitting on Oleksandr Usyk for the referee making a terrible choice and calling him trash as a result of a referee's poor decision making? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Did Usyk make the referee stop the fight? Did he put a gun to the referee head and like, yo, stop this shit? I'm about to lose. Stop this shit. No, that's not what happened. The referee made that choice. So if anybody needs to be criticized for this situation, it would have to be the referee. The referee felt like that was the right choice to make in that moment. Nobody else really thought that was the right choice. It is what it is. There's nothing that we could do about that. I heard Turki Al-Sheikh say that he wants to make Egypt and Usyk next. And then after that, he wants Rico to run it back with Usyk. Cool. That's fine. You know what I mean? So it looks like Rico's going to get a choice. He's going to get another opportunity at the end of the day. So I know he ain't tripping. I heard the nigga made 15 M's. I know he ain't really tripping. This ain't even his sport. I heard they was trying to give him $100K to fight Francis Ngannou. So if he got 15 M's, salute to him. So I said all of that to say that motherfuckers nowadays, man, and this shit applies with women. This should apply to haters. This should apply to life. You could do 1,000,001 things perfectly. You could accomplish everything there is on your fucking bucket list, man. You could put together a list. You could put together a fucking list. And it could be 100 things. You could get 99 of them down pat. But you have ones, but you're not able to get that final one. Everybody gonna talk about that one John you didn't chalk off the list. That's the one thing. That's the one thing they gonna focus on, man. They gonna dwell with the negatives and ignore the positives. That's how this shit go. So when I see these goofy, and I just named off all of these different accomplishments from Oleksandr Usyk, bro. A lot of motherfuckers would never accomplish this shit. Somehow, some way, that equates to motherfuckers being overrated. How many people on that pound for pound list accomplished what Usyk has accomplished? I mean, Bud's retired, so he's no longer on the list. Anyway, he accomplished some great shit. But after that, there's not many motherfuckers who did what he did. From the amateur circuit all the way to the professional circuit. And I got dumbass niggas like Eduardo Alvarez in the fucking chat over here talking about I'm not keeping it real. What the fuck? What was the goofy shit he said? He was, oh, I'm out of here. Bye. I mean, having a temper tantrum. Ain't that nigga like, ain't he one of the old heads? Ain't the nigga like in his 50s or something? You're not keeping it real. Bye. A lot of fakes in the boxing game. Be honest, boxing took a black eye. We spoke about that shit yesterday, you fucking goofy. I said this was definitely a black eye on the sport. Definitely was a black eye on the sport. I said that yesterday. So for those y'all who don't keep up with my lives, don't tell me some shit I didn't say if you're not tuned in with the lives. You feel what I'm saying? So all in all, man, with everything I just ran down, I gave you guys the actual factuals, man. If y'all motherfuckers heard all of those accolades, you heard all of those accomplishments, you heard that resume, and you equate that motherfucker to being overrated, all right, cool. You entitled to your opinion. But based off of that, you have to call damn near 98% of the boxing game today fucking overrated because they didn't do what he did. Your favorite fighter, if he's not Nayu anyway, or, you know, Terrence Crawford, who's currently retired, the nigga more decorated than your favorite fighter. Who y'all favorite fighters in the chat, y'all? Shakur? No. Shakur hasn't even become undisputed yet. He's only ever unified at 130. Usyk, Shakur don't got a resume like Usyk. He got a Fury on his resume. Do he got an AJ on his resume? Do he look what Daniel Dubois just did? He just bounced back and became champion. Do he got a Dubois on his resume? No. I mean, Shakur got Tiafimo, but it's like, come on, bro. Devin Haney became undisputed, absolutely. But we talking about and shout out to Devin Haney. Devin's my guy. I fuck with Devin Haney. I was just chopping it up with Bill yesterday, either yesterday or the day before. We gonna go up New York and get some work whenever he ready. But Devin Haney became undisputed once, youngest man to do it, and he did it in a phenomenal way. He closed out that undisputed reign strong with defeating the Vasyl Lomachenko. I love it. Usyk did it 3 times in 2 different divisions, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Usyk has been at the top of this pound for pound list for as long as he's been on it. Bud don't put respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of that shit. Trix asked a pretty good question. He said, Mazuma, does Usyk drop down on your pound for pound list given that performance? Let me look at my pound for pound list one more time. Where my shit at? Is it on my notes? No, I think it's on my docs. Let me pull up my docs real quick. I gotta look back at my pound for pound list. So no, because the last time when we updated our pound for pound rankings, we had Naoya Inoue number 1. So when Naoya Inoue defeated Junto, we put him number 1. You feel what I'm saying? Oleksandr Usyk number 2. Then I still have Dmitry Bivol number 3. I feel like a lot of niggas just swept Dmitry Bivol under the rug. I'm like, bro, did you not just? I know he's been a little inactive, but nigga just had a back surgery, and before that, he just became undisputed at light heavyweight. He did give up his WBC title, but that was to go ahead and run a trilogy with Artur Beterbiev. Shit ain't end up working out from a business standpoint. I can't really call what happened, but I do feel like Dimitri Bivol is still at the top of the list. And then number 4 is Bam Rodriguez. I'm not putting Bam over Usyk right now. I'm not putting Bivol over Usyk right now. So I don't think I think his slot remains unchanged. Now, if he would have lost to Rico, oh yeah, he'd have dropped significantly. But the reality is he didn't. David definitely over Devin on the pound for pound. No. I mean, is he? We got David Benavidez number 5 and Devin number 6. Benavidez just moved up to cruiserweight and became a unified champion. And the way in which he won was insane. Now, Devin Haney goes ahead. See, this is you know how Devin Haney gonna climb up this list? You want to know how Devin Haney will climb up this list? Niggas say y'all high. Wait, what are we talking about? What's going on in the chat, y'all? This shit a little bit chaotic right now. Because he beat Zordo. Zordo was a unified cruiserweight champion and a multi-division world champion. And I think Gilberto only lost. I think prior to Gilberto only lost to what? He only lost to Bivol, right? Prior to David, I think he only lost to Bivol. Come on, man. Zordo could rumble. David just made him look like he ain't belong in there. That's it. Yeah, like David just stylistically, Zordo was just tailor-made for him. That don't mean the nigga trash. He just can't fuck with David. See, a lot of these niggas be good. They just can't fuck with certain fighters. There's levels, right? Tio could rumble. I don't like Tio, but he could rumble. But guess what? Shakur, that nigga tailor-made for somebody like Shakur. So if he fights Shakur every time, he gonna make Tio look bad. But Tio's not a bad fighter. He just can't fuck with him. You feel what I'm saying? And David's stacking up a really nice resume. That's another thing. So 3-division champion. Was he able? He just unified. But was he able to become undisputed like that? No. But if we talking about 2-time world champion at super middleweight, defeated top guys, Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andrade, who was a 2-division champion in his own right. Who was the other motherfucker he whooped on? Beat up on Oleksandr Usyk, who only lost to Artur Beterbiev and was a WBC champion and defeated Adonis Stevenson, one of the hardest punching motherfuckers of this past decade or so. He beat the shit out of David Morrell, who everybody claimed he was ducking. You know what I'm saying? Then you just went ahead. You beat up Anthony Yard, but to be real, everybody beat up Anthony Yard. But then he goes up in weight and defeats Zordo Ramirez. David energy been changing when bringing up Ja. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. See, Ghost, you can only fight one motherfucker at a time, right? You can only fight one motherfucker at a time. See, where Ja fucked himself over with, and I'm not even going to talk about the Zuffa shit. The fact that you went over with Zuffa and you got that belt taken from you. Did Ja get his IBF title back? I don't see that. I seen them niggas standing face to face, and David said, man, seeing him in person made me more excited than wanting to fight him. That's what he said. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't see no bitch in David blood. I have yet to see somebody who made David look like a bitch. Never. Not yet. And I think David will whoop on Ja. When I seen Ja, Ja got a chance because he's strong. He punch hard. He could box a little bit. But one thing about Ja, man, that motherfucker get tired. That nigga get tired. I think he's a bit predictable with his counters. From what I saw in that last fight he had on Zuffa, I think David will do it to him. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. You know what I mean? Stop Motion said David making excuses about him being at Zuffa. Ja still has the Ring Magazine belt. It ain't necessarily an excuse from what I heard with David. It just sounds like he like, yo, he has Zuffa. You know, Zuffa got a lot of heat on him right now. And you know what I'm saying? He feels like that Zuffa might fuck up the whole situation with the sanctioning bodies. And look, they got a history of doing so. See, if Zuffa is a corporation that went out of their way to say that, yo, we not acknowledging no sanctioning bodies. What did Turkey say when they first started Zuffa? Oh, we going to destroy these promoters and oh. What you're doing is you're purposely going against shit that boxers are for in the sport. So if y'all saying fuck belts and a nigga's a unified world champion, he's looking to fight somebody under y'all stable, are y'all going to be willing to work with those sanctioning bodies to get that fight going? And this is another thing. Dave is only one person, right? Dave is only one person. Didn't we want to see him fight Dmitry Bivol? Didn't we want to see him fight Dmitry Bivol? So why is it that when he says he's going back to 75 to rumble Dmitry Bivol, now all of a sudden he ducking Ja? Or he don't want to fight Ja? He told you what his intentions was. He only went up to cruiserweight because there was no opportunities at the moment at light heavyweight. So let that man get them good fights, man. I want to see him fight Dmitry Bivol. If he's not able to fight Dmitry Bivol, if Artur Beterbiev still around and he wants smoke, let's see that shit. Let's see it. And if Ja still got the Ring Magazine, cool. Zuffa and the Ring Magazine like this. They ran by they with the same niggas. It's the same people. Keep that fucking belt. David gonna go for it. And if he don't, we gonna call him a duck. Simple. And David's one of my favorite fighters. Y'all know who it is. It's David, Bam, and Boots. Any of them, I feel like on some nut shit, I'm gonna call it out. Ain't none of these niggas my friends. Fuck with Boots, that's my guy. Fuck with Bam. When I met him, cool dude. Haven't met David, but that's my guy too. And this, you know, from a boxing standpoint. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see. Ja better get his strength up. I seen Bud bullying his ass, lifting him up off his feet and all that. Nigga, you better get your strength right, my brother. Ain't no reason why that nigga should be tossing you around like that. You feel me? How would we say Ja isn't ready? I'd never said that. I've never said that. I don't know who said that. Oh, we fight all night said that. Yeah, I definitely didn't say that. Ja's ready. Bud would bully Benavidez too. Stop motion. You got Benavidez fucked up. Not no boxing ring. Oh shit. That's funny. That Bud, that's where that weight shit was stopped with Bud. Bud know that. David too fucking big. Benavidez want to let a man pick him up. I mean, Bud probably the better wrestler, but I'm saying that when it comes to this boxing shit, Bud ain't doing nothing with David. You can do something with Jose. You had a little trouble with Jose too, but you know what I mean? Jose gave him a good fight. That was a good fight, man. That was a good fight until it wasn't. Stop motion said Jose Benavidez said Ja is unknown and isn't worth fighting. Now I don't like that language. I don't like that language. You know what I mean? But it's all about what David say, not what Jose say. You feel me? Trick said, Mazuma, check out my last comment. All right, let me see. Trick said, Mazuma, Jose Benavidez Sr. was on Mill City, and he said he contacted Ja's people, and they never got a text back to make the fight happen. They bluffing, using David's name for clout. Possibly. I mean, that's one side of the story. You know what I mean? Ja people might be like, yo, we responded to the text, and they didn't respond back. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but if that's true, yeah, I mean, maybe Ja and them, they working on something else. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, him and Zuffa got some other plans. Maybe they trying to move up the heavyweight and try to get a Usyk fight. Who fucking knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? Ja about to fight for the WBC with Noel. Maybe. And if that's what he does, then that's a great fight. That's a great fight. Go get you a belt, brother. I mean, the IBF vacant right now. They about to figure that shit out at cruiserweight. Jose said any fight could happen, so they ready. I believe him. Their track record shows that they don't mind fighting anybody. They're confident in themselves, man. And when you got motherfuckers like David who trained 5 months straight for a fight, it's gonna be hard to beat that nigga, man. It's gonna be very hard to beat him. Do you think Hamza will beat a Canelo or an Mbili? Canelo, there's still question marks around Hamza to me, bro. Like I fuck with Hamza Shiraz. I love that fight with Berlanga. Did what the fuck he needed to do, and he did his thing in his last fight, and he became world champion. So salute to him. I mean, he got some good people backing him and all that. He got some good shit going on, and he's looking good with Andy Lee. You feel me? So I like that little matchup. You know what I'm saying? But Hamza, man, that Carlos Adames fight kind of showed me something. They blamed weight issues, they blamed injuries, and look, man, all that shit sound good, bro. What I'm talking about is how the way when he was fighting Adames, bro, I seen vulnerability from a mental aspect. That's what I'm gonna say. Maybe the weight was just too hard to, I guess, perform with. Maybe the injury was just so troubling that he just couldn't seem to get his shit right. I don't know. But from a mental aspect, I seen vulnerabilities in Hamza Shiraz. And I thought he clearly lost that fight. But, you know, it is what it is. We fighting Canelo Alvarez, that's a very experienced motherfucker, man. Hamza gonna have to really he gonna have to box Canelo, bro. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to really box Canelo. I don't see him. He not gonna just, you know what I mean, keep that nigga at the end of his right hand. Canelo gonna put him through some shit, bro. How do I rate Andy Lee as a trainer? I can't really speak too much. I don't really know his full you know, I mean, I think he used to train with Emmanuel Stewart and all of them, so he come from a good, you know, background and shit like that. And maybe he's copied a lot of their philosophies over there and shit like that. But I don't really know too much. I remember when Andy Lee was rumbling. I remember watching him rumble. But I would have to look more into his stable and what his fighters are doing before I assess him as a trainer. I can't really speak on that. Maybe it's not the best decade. Hamza's biggest fight. Definitely tall. Definitely tall and rangy. Definitely got some good power. He said a good test for Hamza will be Plant. We gotta see what Plant got left, man. That Armando Rossendi's performance was terrible, bro. Getting hurt every other exchange and gassing out, bro. You do that against Hamza, he might knock you the fuck out, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Hamza got power. He get good extension on his punches. Man, if Caleb could box and, you know, maybe him being a mobile target to give Hamza some trouble. But, bro, Caleb gas tank is ass. Super ass. You say he left Breadman. No, Breadman left him. Let's be clear. Breadman walked away. He didn't fire Breadman. Hamza versus Maul. Hell yeah. Ooh, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. But Jamal, I don't know what he on. You know what I'm saying? He could have fought Armando Resendiz. He pulled out. Let Jaime Munguia take that belt. Nigga, Jamal Charlo would have fucked Armando Resendiz up, bro. Perfect style for him. You ain't got to look for the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga get hit clean. That jab, ooh, man, Jamal would have fucked Armando Resendiz up. But I don't know what's up with Jamal. It's like he don't want to do great shit. Nigga don't want to roll the dice, man. You know what I mean? He's scary. Something about him. But you know, you was calling out, you was talking about you would take the fade for your brother to fight Tony Harrison. Around the same time you pulled out of the Armando Resendiz fight. You calling out all these niggas, but you not fighting them. Jamal Charlo got one of the worst resumes in boxing today. For him being a multi-division champion, this nigga has not beat anybody. This nigga's resume dookie. Nothing like Jamal. And I can't stand neither one of them niggas, but goddamn, Jamal, nigga run laps around you. Jamal barely, I mean, everybody in the Hall of Fame nowadays, but shit, nigga, like, bro, your best win, what, Sergey Derevyanchenko and J-Rock? J-Rock and Sergey Derevyanchenko? Really? Then when you coming back rumbling niggas, you rumbling niggas who not even top guys. Like you came back off a layoff. You beat up on Jose Benavidez. Cool. Niggas started at 140. Congratulations. Then you bounce back and you fight Thomas Lamana. And shout out to Cornflake. That's my guy. Had him on the channel. We interviewed him in the lead up to the Jamal Charlo fight. It was beautiful. That's my guy. I fuck with him. But Thomas Lamana, he's not no world champion. Maybe a contender, but he wasn't no world-rated guy who people thought was going to beat Jamal. Like Jamal, nigga ain't do shit. This nigga's resume is dookie, bro. Super ass. Jamal versus Munguia, that's a great fight. Jamal got to step off the porch. He got to fight somebody, bro. Brandon Adams, come on, man. Nigga, he ain't no world champion. Good fighter. Standing the test of time, showing some longevity over there. Could definitely rumble. But come on, man. Andre resume is worse, though. Look, man, I never said Andre had a good resume. But at least that nigga stepped up and fought a Benavidez. This nigga Jamal Charlo talking about that Benavidez had to take a COVID test before he fought him. Ducked Benavidez brutally. Who resume better between Jesse Vargas and Jamal? If we talking about notable names, it's clearly Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas fought Manny Pacquiao. This nigga fought Mikey Garcia. This nigga fought Jesse Vargas fought he beat Saddam Ali. He knocked out Saddam Ali, actually. Who else Jesse Vargas rumbled? Tim Bradley. Like, come on, man. Like, Jesse Vargas out here, he rolled the dice, man. So Jamal could keep that little undefeated record and all that, but, you know, Jesse really fought niggas. And I was at the Barclays. I literally watched on my own eyes Jesse Vargas and Adrian Broner rumble. And I thought Jesse edged it. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I would have to go back and watch it. But when I left that arena, I thought Jesse edged it slightly. Broner picked it up in the later rounds. He was hitting Jesse with some clean shit. But Jesse got a resume. Didn't beat a lot of them guys. But I fuck with Jesse resume more than Jamal's, because Jamal, yeah, you undefeated. Yeah, you got wins. Yeah, you a 2-division champ. But you ain't beat nobody for real. If you gotta wait for a fighter to do some great shit for your resume to age well, bro, your resume ass, bro. J-Rock became unified after beating Jerry Hurt, man. Jamal Charlo resume aged real nicely. Did it really? Because J-Rock got stopped right after he got them belts? Did it really? If your wins got an age to look good, it ain't it, brother. It ain't it. Jamal was under the PBC protection program. Bro, and we asked for so many fights out of Jamal. I ain't give a shit. Now, mind you, I know Jamal was trying to get that Triple G fight. I think Triple G was just stuck on them Canelo paydays. You know what I mean? He ain't want no work. Triple G brutally ducked niggas too. Niggas ducked Jamal too. Let's not get it fucked up. But, bro, they cannot get them niggas to fight. Can't get them niggas to fight. They keep trying to give Jamal opportunities. He keep turning them down. Danny Garcia, better resume than Jamal. Nigga, Danny Garcia got a better resume than a lot of niggas. Fuck Jamal. That's not even a tough. Like, Danny Garcia, you can put his resume up against a lot of niggas, and niggas ain't coming close to him. That's why I respect Danny, bro. Talking about Danny, nigga. You talking about fucking Eric Morales. You talking about Amir Khan. You talking about Zab Judah. You talking about did he fight Nate Campbell? I think Danny fought Nate Campbell. He fought what the fuck is that other dude name, man? Shit, we gonna keep going. Robert Guerrero. We talking about Lamont Peterson, Lucas Matisse. Like Danny, Paulie Malignaggi, if you want to count him, y'all give Broner credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Fucking man, Danny been around, and that's just the wins. Nigga fought Sean Porter, nigga fought Keith Thurman, nigga fought Errol Spence, nigga fought Erslandy Lara. Like Danny been around. Brandon Rios, yeah, Rios was washed, but Eric Morales was old as dirt. Wasn't that nigga an active world champion though? You know what I mean? I think Eric Morales was world champion when Danny beat him. And Eric Morales, that nigga failed a drug test. Fucking with Danny. Yeah. That nigga won a vacant world title, then fought Danny and got his ass whooped. Yeah. Yeah, so I ain't gonna shit on Eric Morales being old as dirt. You got a world title, nigga. You gotta go. Shit. Lara got that nigga Erslandy Lara. You know what I'm saying? They be saying them Cuban niggas be older than what they say they is. He got a world title right now. Everybody treating him well. You better treat Eric the same way y'all treat Lara. Eric wasn't world champion. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. What happened was he won the world title, but then when he fought Danny Garcia, he missed weight, so the title became vacant. But he was a world champion in the lead up to the Danny Garcia fight. He lost his belt on the scale. So he was a world champion, brother. Eric fought Danny for a vacant WBC title. Right, but he was an active champion. He had the WBC title. He missed weight on the scale. So they stripped him. You feel what I'm saying? So he was a champion going into the fight. He lost the belt on the scale. Then Danny put him out. No, wait. I don't even think Danny. I think Danny knocked him out the second time. Danny knocked him out the second time. You know what I'm saying? But they fought. And that was a good fight. That was a good fight. Danny fought Khan. Yeah, he knocked Khan the fuck out after Danny was whooping on. I mean, after Khan was whooping on him. Motherfucker was blitzing Danny with the straight shots. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, I'll never forget, bro. I'm gonna give y'all a little story time, right? So Danny, everybody knew who Danny was. It was Philly, man. You know what I'm saying? And Puerto Ricans was behind him. Philly Ricans, just like us. So I was watching the fight across the street from my aunt crib. Is there a Puerto Rican hood out there in Philly or a Latino hood? Al, you serious? Bro, Philly got one of the strongest populations of Puerto Ricans in the country. I think it's like Florida, New York, and then it's Philly. There's a neighborhood in Philly called Fairhill. It's one of the most densely populated Puerto Rican neighborhoods in the country. Yeah, bro, that's where I'm from. Yeah. Hell yeah. The Fairhill section of Philadelphia, North Philly, is one of the and it's not only just Fairhill, Harrogate, Tioga, Hunting Park. There's Puerto Ricans everywhere in Philly. But Hunting Park, Wyoming and all that, that's a little bit of a mix-up. They got Arabs, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, but Fairhill is like straight Rican. You feel what I'm saying? You went to Edison for summer school? Yo, DOG, what Edison you talking about? You talking about the old Edison, or you talking about the current Edison? I gotta know what era you from, because that's gonna let me know if you the OG for real. You went to the old Edison on 7th and Somerset, or you talking about the Edison that's up Hunting Park? Gotta see if you the OG for real. Let me know. The old one. So you talking about 7th and Somerset. See, you gotta be up there like my mom age. Yeah, I grew up one block down. So the entrance to Edison on Somerset, that's Franklin and Somerset, I grew up one block down from there. That's my hood. That's all Ricans. But let me get back to that Danny Garcia story. So Danny Garcia was fighting Amir Khan. Everybody thought going into the fight, Amir Khan was going to fry Danny, right? You going back to the early 90s? Oh, all right. Yeah. So, yeah, my mom went to school. She dropped out. My mom dropped out. My mom had a teenage pregnancy with my sister, so she dropped out. I think in like 9th, 10th grade. I think my mom dropped out of Edison. But then you talking about old Edison, bro. Now that's they knocked down like 80% of the building, and now that's like a fucking shopping center. They got like a Dollar Tree there, Snipes, Save-A-Lot, Little Caesars, TD Bank, Burger King. They got like a bunch of shit over there scattered around that parking lot now. But now, like the main entrance of Old Edison now, that's like a home for like veterans and shit. But anyway, so I'm watching the fight across the street from my aunt crib. They was like family and shit. And bro, it was like 30 niggas in one living room. And I got a good seat. I'm sitting right in front of the TV and shit. And they rumbling, and Danny getting punched on, bro. Blah, 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 blah. And Amir Khan, at that time, Amir Khan had some of the fastest hands in boxing, if not the fastest hands, bro. Yeah, it was like him and Gary Russell Jr. Like, Khan was lighting shit up. But Khan was very predictable, always had his chin in the air. And I seen Danny got cut and all, and Angel Garcia was panicking all in the corner and all that. And Danny, one thing about him, he's always been a hell of a counterpuncher. Always been a hell of a counterpuncher, bro. That's how he knocked Eric Morales out. That's how he was hurting Lucas Matisse and dropped him. Danny always been a phenomenal counterpuncher. And I was seeing that Danny was just off the mark. His accuracy was just a bit off, but he kept throwing that fucking left hook, and he just kept grazing Khan. But Khan was getting the better of the exchanges. Danny kept punching with him, which is what he was supposed to do. Punching with Khan. And I seen a shot hit like Khan on the ear, but he ate it. So I think that got Khan a little bit confident, like, oh, this nigga hit me. He ain't got nothing. I'm on him. And Danny ain't always had a best knockout ratio neither. Danny was a little confusing because everybody I heard that on fought Danny, they always said that this nigga punches felt like bricks, but he never had the highest knockout ratio, which was always confusing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, like Danny got like, I don't know, a lot of his fights went the distance. But anyways, I see Amir Khan come in with a 1-2. He's probably gonna throw a 1-2 right down the pipe. Danny throw that left hook, bing! Hit this nigga right on the back of his ear, bro. I seen this motherfucker Khan turn off. I seen this nigga Amir Khan go to sleep. I seen Amir Khan go to sleep. And when he hit the canvas, he woke up. And bro, it was like the way Khan body turned off was so crazy. It's like he stiffened up. And then when he got up, like he had no equilibrium. Like this nigga head was just rocking side to side like this. And I'm like, yo, Danny got this nigga hurt so bad. And Danny was on him. Then the bell rung. So now the whole crib going crazy. Like, oh my God. They going crazy. Like they was upset that Danny was getting whooped on, but that one punch bailed him out. So now he come out into the next round, and Danny was on him. And one thing about Amir Khan, once that chin got touched, it was irreversible. Like he wasn't one of them motherfuckers. Now there's motherfuckers who get hurt and then they recover because like I seen like Tim Bradley will get hurt and then he'll recover. You feel what I'm saying? I seen Tito Trinidad get hurt and then he'll recover. Amir Khan, when his shit got rocked, he was fucked up the rest of the fight. So he's still like legs all over the place. Danny get up on him. You know what I mean? Punching on him. He loading up on big punches. Amir Khan was showing heart, but his punch resistance wasn't there. Danny ended up stopping him. Bro, when I tell you that crib went crazy, bro. That crib went absolutely insane for Danny. Like Danny got a nice little resume, bro. Like who I'm trying to remember the guy name that Danny beat. Talking about, oh yeah, Nate Campbell, Kendall Holt, fucking Eric Morales, Amir Khan, Zab Judah, Lucas Matisse, Lamont Peterson, Paulie, fucking Robert Guerrero, Keith Thurman, Brandon Rios, Sean Porter, Arrow, Laura. It's like, come on, bro. Nigga resume insane. And he was in a competitive division when he became unified at 142. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Danny versus Jamal Charlo resume-wise ain't even close. Danny a Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Danny's a Hall of Famer. International Boxing Hall of Famer. Book it. You feel me? Danny definitely a Hall of Famer just based off of what he did at 140 alone. 2-division champion. Come on, man. Fought the top guys. And he gave them niggas work. I thought he beat Sean Porter to this day. I watched that shit back a while ago, like a few months back. I think like late last year. Like, yo, I thought Danny beat him. I thought Danny was doing his thing against Sean. Sean was being aggressive. He was letting his hands go and shit, but I thought Danny was landing the cleaner punches. Thurman clearly beat him. Errol clearly beat him. Laura stopped him. But, like, come on, man. I mean, Danny versus Holt was a shootout. Yeah, definitely was. I heard Danny was real close to getting that Floyd Mayweather fight, too. I heard they called him about it. And Danny was like, yeah, and then they ain't end up picking him. That'd have been dope for him to get that fight. Yeah, but Jamal Charlo, that nigga resume, booty. It's like, motherfucker ain't beat nobody, bro. Then he wanted to call himself, how come we didn't get Danny versus Tim? I have no idea. I don't know if that was ever discussed, to be honest with you. That would have been a great fight, especially at 140. I think Tim would have got him. I think Tim would have outdogged him. But then Danny had that shit that could have hurt Tim. Tim, especially after like his punch resistance went down the drain after that Provodnikov fight. But even before that, he was getting his shit rocked. That'd have been a great fight. I remember when Tim Bradley was so loyal to Top Rank that he was willing to fuck himself over. Like, they heard he was a free agent. Floyd Mayweather and them called him. Was like, yo, I mean, we want to get a fight situated with you. Just don't sign with Top Rank. Tim fucked himself out of that opportunity. It made me question whether Tim really wanted to fight Floyd or not. I think Floyd would have cooked him, but I don't know. That was a funny situation. I think he ended up signing with Top Rank again, anyways. Yeah, I remember when Kendall Holt dropped Tim bad too. He felt hard as shit. I think his head bounced off the canvas and all. Motherfucker got up and went to win the fight. Tim was a dog. Tim was always in top shape. He was a dog, man. His determination. Him versus Sean Porter would have been fire. That would have been an ugly ass fight, but that would have been a good one. That would have been exciting. Prime Sean Porter versus Tim Bradley would have been a good one. Tim admitted it's hard to beat Floyd. Yeah, we know. I mean, he ain't got. I mean, if anybody say it's easy to beat Floyd, that can't listen to them. Should we get Tim back to commentating? I mean, I don't know. Where would he commentate? The Zone? I don't know, man. Like I feel like them spots all occupied over there. You feel me? Like I'm sure. I mean, if Top Rank is as loyal to him that he is the Top Rank, then he should get an opportunity soon. Tim was an alright commentator. He used to say some stupid shit sometimes, but he was a good commentator. How do I feel about Sergio Mora as a commentator? He's clearly not the best. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think he's as horrible as people make him out to be. He do be having some dumbass takes sometimes. But what be bothering me about Sergio Mora is how he blatantly allows his co-hosts or like his colleagues to disrespect him. I don't like that shit at all. I'll be seeing Chris Mannix be hella disrespectful with Sergio Mora. Maybe that's just their relationship. I don't know. I don't know what type of dynamic they got over there. Maybe they good friends, but like it'd be like the superiority complex that Mannix be having with Sergio Mora and all that. Like they don't really be they be disrespecting his takes. They don't really. I'm gonna keep it real. They don't be really giving a fuck about what Mora got to say for real. They be clowning him low key too. But Mora, I'm used to hearing the nigga by now. I don't really mind him. He been commentating for a while, so I don't know. Obviously, the Zone feel like he's doing something right, but I don't think he's. When I'm thinking of like good commentators are like Andre Ward. I think Lennox Lewis. R.I.P. George Foreman. He was a great commentator in my opinion. I loved hearing him talk. I liked liked how the way he spoke boxing. Max Kellerman, when he's not dick eating, he's a pretty good commentator. Paulie was a good commentator still until he started saying, saying that stupid shit about the superior race and all that bullshit. The racist comments he made. There's a few good ones. Max Kellerman was a good. Roy Jones, yep. Roy Jones was a good commentator. Morris said Mannix got an ankle STD. What the fuck? Who the fuck said that? How that even make sense? What's the context behind that? Yeah, man, Kellerman, Kellerman, ever since Turkey Al Sheik brought that nigga out the shadows and shit, this nigga just been on a dick eating marathon. Like you know them hot dog eating contests and all that shit, where them niggas be, just swallowing them glizzies. Max Kellerman just been on that since Turkey Al Sheik brought him out of retirement. Because when Stephen A got that nigga fired off ESPN, we ain't know where this nigga Max was at. You feel me? But that nigga came back, and I guess you know what I think what Max Kellerman did? He like, man, I mean, every time I try to be myself, I lose opportunity. I lost my HBO job, I lost my ESPN job. Whoever giving me an opportunity next, I'm gonna just follow the script. You know what I mean? Like Max got to prioritize that bag. So he like, yo, man, I gotta keep that bag coming in. So if I gotta follow these niggas' script to keep that bag coming, fuck it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I think he on. That's what I personally think Max is on. That don't make it right. I understand it, but that don't make it right. Man, I would just, man, if I had like one wish, bro, on my Ray J shit. Shout out Ray J too. He got his ass knocked out by Super Hot Fire. That shit was hilarious. But if I had one wish, bro, I would love to sit on that panel with Inside the Ring with Max, you know what I'm saying? Malik Scott, LaShawn McCoy, Mike Coppinger. I would love to get on that platform and talk that shit, bro. I would show them niggas. I really show y'all niggas, bro. If I'm well prepared, if I had my nigga, I'll be doing this shit off the cuff and be just fine. If you give me notes, oh man, these niggas be having papers in front of them and all that. If I get to write down some points and I get to actually prepare, oh my God, I will fry y'all niggas. Oh my God, I would love that. But see, my whole thing is I'm gonna be calling out bullshit narratives and all that. They ain't gonna like that. No curse. Yeah, I don't need a curse. The reason why I be cursing on here, just chopping it up with y'all, is because this like being at the barbershop, bro. This the crib. So we gonna talk however we want to talk in the crib, but bro, like it ain't nothing for me, bro. I done had the corporate jobs. It ain't nothing to flip that switch. It's easy. We don't need no slang. We don't need no cursing. We can just talk. Easy. It ain't nothing to flip that switch. Yeah, they said, yeah, Paulie got knocked out. Yeah, I seen that. I can see you cursing out Mannix. No, I'll get with him though. He ain't gonna talk to me crazy. He ain't gonna talk to me like no Sergio Moore. I know that. I'll get right with you. You're gonna have that nigga wife gonna have to save him talking to me crazy. If you know, you know. But yeah, I seen Paulie got knocked out and shit on some bare knuckle shit. It's sad. Like Paulie must be having some type of financial issues. And I think I heard him talk about it. He was like, yeah, man, you know, I'm still fighting to pay the mortgage. And I'm like, what? I mean, you know, eventually I do want to move to Italy, so I gotta get a couple bags before I do that. And what the hell, Paulie? You don't fought at a high level for how long? You had all these commentary opportunities. Where the fuck is money going? Paulie was a good fighter. He had a shit ton of heart. Couldn't punch for shit, which is why I don't understand. See, Paulie got hand problems. He never was a big puncher. I don't understand why he took it upon himself to join bare knuckle. I don't understand that. Rouse said, Mark, what if they make you do a segment with Showbiz if you was on the zone? I'll do it. I'll just clown the nigga the whole time. I'll just make him look stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's all that'll be. It'd be hard for me to look that nigga in the eye though. He's a weird looking motherfucker, bro. He's just like, and then it's like he gotta be annoying to work with because he like one of them niggas that be like super Joe, be super hype. And I don't know, bro. Y'all let me know, bro. I don't know where Showbiz from. I don't know where Showbiz from. I might have to look that up. Let me see. He from the West Coast. I don't know where this nigga from. Seemed like a West Coast nigga. Just super Joe. Oh, he from Chicago. Midwest. I don't know. He don't act like a Chicago nigga though. Whatever, man. He just like super Joe, like just so like uppity. I can't see like in Philly, like that shit don't work. You know what I mean? Like when niggas act like that in Philly, like niggas stay away from you. Niggas don't fuck with you. They're gonna label you as a weirdo. Like niggas that be like, oh my god, like them loud, uppity, extra ass niggas like in Philly, like that shit throw niggas off. That's called being Joe, Joe. Like if a nigga acting crazy out here. But yeah, like in Philly, that's called being Joe, bro. We don't like all that super hype, being on dick shit. Like that's yeah, man. Like that's just that shit a no go in Philly, bro. You gonna rub people the wrong way acting like that. What you mean he all right? What that mean? You fuck with him? I think he be tap dancing for sure. Definitely be tap dancing. But I feel like that's what you gotta do to be at the top. That's why I was like, with me, bro, I already got that shit in my head. Like, I'm okay with not being at the top of this YouTube shit. Showbiz was in Egypt broadcasting. That's what's up. He doing what he set to do. He doing what he want to do, bro. He living the dream. That's what's up. Shout out to him. Yeah, I already made in my head, like, bro, I ain't never gonna be like, I ain't got the characteristics for that. I ain't got the personality for that shit. So what's gonna end up happening? I already got shit set in place here. I niggas see the studio and all that. I got to get a couple things together. You know what I mean? God willing, we get past all of that within the next month or so, and we can go ahead and just go full throttle with this podcast and shit. But I kind of want to take the podcast like bigger than boxing. I want that shit. I want my podcast to be like we always gonna keep it boxing on here, but I do want to like venture off into different content as well. I want to talk about fatherhood, life, relationships, shit like that. That's more of what I want to get into. I got a lot to say about that too. All I need is a taco head. You got me fucked up, Jay. You ain't never gonna catch me with that. That's super disrespectful too, to me. I don't know how my Mexicans feel about that, but you know what I mean? And this coming from somebody who black, man. Like, can you imagine a Mexican nigga running around with a big ass fucking drumstick, a piece of chicken on his head, talking about black fighters and all that? Like, that shit corny. I gotta see what the Mexicans think about that. They probably like, the fuck, nigga? You weird as shit. The nigga's a weirdo. Like, niggas don't even be peeping that shit. Like, I wonder how Mexicans feel about that. Is there any Mexicans in the chat right now? How y'all niggas feel about this nigga, Showbiz running around with a taco on his head? Two-tone. I don't know that nigga. See, I remember the one time he was saying some valid shit when I was doing a reaction. Oh yeah, I fuck with this nigga. They like, nah, bro, you don't fuck with him. Fuck two-tone. I'm like, I bet. I don't be knowing these niggas, bro. I swear to God. I do not be paying these niggas any mind. The only reason why I know about showbiz is because niggas kept running back to me saying, talking about what he was saying. I'm saying, I do not be knowing these media niggas. I swear to God. I can't wait to see niggas though. Because most likely they gonna be at the fights. I'm gonna make my presence known in that motherfucker. I'm like, yo, your takes ass, cuz. It takes I'm yo, on God, bro. I'm gonna be at the fights. I see a nigga. I'm like, bro, your takes ass, nigga. Yo, that shit will be the bit. I'm like, yo, salute, bro. You know what I mean? You doing some good shit, but your takes trash, my nigga. The shit he said about Bumgarner is disgusting. What he be saying, positive shit or negative shit? He probably be glazing Bumgarner just like a lot of these niggas do. Probably be glazing Bumgarner. Niggas be corny, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Niggas be corny as shit. Niggas be condoning all that fuck shit. Everybody, all this information coming out. Two-Tone is in love with the bomb. I ain't surprised. Niggas be swearing they gonna get some type of pussy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Clarissa was out here saying she a thought and all that, but that, Clarissa, Alicia gonna be a thought for the right nigga. Like, Two-Tone, your fat, greasy ass ain't gonna be anybody she target, bro. Use a media nigga. To her, I'm gonna keep it real. To her, you a square, nigga. You a square, and she using you because you giving her some positive publicity. These bitches be wanting to hear good shit about them. You say some good shit about them, they'll fuck with you, but just under that condition. Feel me? Like I told y'all what that shit was with Alicia, man. Y'all niggas, all them likes and them heart eyes and all that, y'all niggas done let that shit get their head. Her head piped the fuck up. The niggas be on that, man. Clarissa was making some valid points though. Because MVP and them, they've been talking shit about her for a long time. Cause she was like the only female fighter they couldn't get. So they was doing whatever they can to try to trigger her and get her to jump out her skin, calling other fighters quotes and all that, and keep attaching Amanda Serrano name to Clarissa's to stir some type of drama. And Jake Paul was celebrating when Clarissa lost in MMA and like they've been fucking with Clarissa for a long time, poking the bear. Then when she act out, oh, something's wrong with her. What's her? Come on, man. Clarissa said, I'm going to the courts, but not the law. I thought that shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. When she said that shit before everybody else started talking about it, I was laughing. I thought that shit was funny. I'm like, but I understood what she was trying to say. She said, I'm gonna go to the courts, aka I'm gonna sue niggas, but not the law, aka the police. You feel me? Like, but they both law. But it was funny though. I thought that shit was funny. I knew what she was trying to say though, but it was still hilarious. But yeah, bro. One thing I can't stand, and a lot of pink people do this. They like to antagonize you, they like to pick with you, they like to fuck with you, and then when you snap, oh my God, what's wrong with this guy? It's always like that. Don't help her, Mark. No, nigga, you be helping Alicia, so you making me feel obligated to help Clarissa. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't picking sides or nothing like that. I don't really fuck with Clarissa all like that neither, but that's one of the most frustrating things for me, man. When people fuck with you, they antagonize you, right? They whole thing fucking with you. And then when they get what they looking for, Then they want to play, oh, man, I didn't know it. Well, this guy's out of control. That's all they do with Clarissa over there, MVP. They fuck with her. They throw shots at her. They throw shade at her. She be catching all that shit. Then when she respond, oh, man, what's wrong with Clarissa? She's so problematic. These dark-skinned women, man, they just don't know how to act. And start talking about all this extra shit. Like, why don't you just leave that fucking woman alone? Let her live her life. And then Alicia been antagonizing her for like 2 years. 2-3 years. Like, yo, Alicia been fucking with her for a minute. Clarissa, she's easy. And you on live talking about this bitch relationship as if that's any of your business. Meanwhile, you can't seem to lock down a nigga to save your life. Whole time it's because you getting ran through. You know what I mean? Or you just like being a 304. I don't know. I mean, that's what they saying, not me. You know what I mean? You talking about you single, you in this boxing game whole time, niggas is running through you without no type of relationship. As far as I'm concerned, that's a hoe. Are you over here worried about what Clarissa got going on, fucking with a married man? That shit ain't none of your business, man. Clarissa got mad that Jake knocked out Nate Robinson. What business he had fighting Nate Robinson? Wasn't that nigga looking for a kidney not too long ago? I mean, I hope everything worked out with that, but like, come on, bro. That nigga whole career been a joke. Yeah, I caught Clarissa hating before too. She ain't no saint. He definitely ain't no saint. But we not about to sit here and act like they don't be trying to rage bait Clarissa any chance they get. Like, we see that. Anybody who don't see that ain't keeping it real. Anybody that don't see Clarissa getting rage baited by MVP and them, Jake Paul, Nikisa, whatever the fuck his names is, y'all niggas ain't keeping it real. Yeah, and Alicia started the whole shit with Clarissa. And then I mean, not to go back to the old shit, but you threatening this bitch. You seeing her face to face and you threatening her. Bitch, I'll fuck you up right now. What? That ain't boxing. You ain't tell this bitch to sign a contract. You ain't tell her let's fight in the ring. You said you fuck her up right now. Sound like a fucking threat to me. So Clarissa probably felt threatened and reacted. Because you're going to do one of two things when you get threatened. You're going to fight or you're going to flight. Fight or flight. Clarissa slapped the shit out of her. It is what it is. Now, Alicia want to talk about how people ain't classy. Bitch, you not classy neither. I don't give a fuck how good you dress and how many fancy pictures you take. Bitch, you wrong too. You wrong just like her. You contributed to that. She ain't just do that on her own. That's what I'm saying. I don't be respecting that whole fucking throw rocks in their high hands. Like, nigga, if you gonna be antagonizing somebody, just do that shit. Do that shit. No, with some type of awareness, my nigga. Like, you know what you doing. Hold on, y'all. My fault, y'all. Alicia and Clarissa in the same boat. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Oh, but Clarissa. All right, why y'all niggas only singling out with Clarissa? What Clarissa doing? Because y'all think she ugly? Why y'all niggas hiding what Alicia was doing? Because you think she cute? Come on, man. You could hold a pretty bitch accountable. You know that, right? you know, they not exempt from criticism because they look good, right? That's how you know this simp shit be in the air heavy. I done been around pretty bitches my whole life. They not exempt from smoke, man. Ain't Alicia from Detroit? I don't know where she from. They said she was living in Detroit. They said she from Ohio. I don't know where she from. She from somewhere out Midwest. I don't even know if Ohio considered Midwest. Bumgarner need to fight the boy. That's what I'm saying. She act like she don't want to fight Shorty. She don't want to fight Caroline. Ohio to Midwest? All right, then. Yeah, she from somewhere out there. I think Clarissa said some shit about they both lived in Detroit or something like that. Baumgartner talking about going to the WWE. It's a wrap for her boxing career. I mean, to be real, Alicia Baumgartner looked like a perfect person to be in the WWE. Like if you look at a lot of those WWE divas, whatever you want to call them, they always be like cut up, ripped up, in phenomenal shape. Look like they really prioritize working out. And you know what I mean? The WWE, they like to fuck with the juice, allegedly. So Alicia will fit in very well over there. She real athletic. You know what I mean? She got swag, she got confidence, she got good showmanship. She will be a good, as long as she's able to, perform from a wrestling aspect. I mean, she got the looks. She would definitely develop a fan base. You know what I mean? They could call it a bomb, as she calls herself in boxing. She'll be just fine. And she got a sales pitch. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty. Boxing world champion. She'll be perfect for the WWE, actually. If that bag right, she should go for it. They could figure out a little signature move or whatever the case is. Maybe she could do that stiff ass twerk on somebody's face on some Rakishi shit. Junior Frank said, Clarissa saying Alicia got Jezebel spirit got me dying, knowing damn well her boyfriend a married man. They both messed up. That's funny. Yeah, Alicia will be perfect for the WWE. Just look at how the way them bitches be built in the WWE. Be all ripped up, legs be all big. And Alicia could probably get up to like, if she really trained for it and put some muscle on, she could probably get up to like all muscle, probably like 145, 150. She'll look big because she's small. You feel what I'm saying? So she put on like 10, 15 pounds of muscle, especially with that shit she was using before. She'd be all right. Yeah, and Alicia liked to run her mouth. She liked to run her mouth. She was talking that shit to Michaela Mayer. She called her some white bitch or some shit like that. And Michaela was like, "What, you being racist?" Said something about that. She liked to get in people's face and talk. Clarissa a hood rat though. So you ain't about to say too much without her hitting you upside your head. He said, to be honest, I'll smash Clarissa too. She got a nice ass. He said, I'm a gremlin. Like I said, man, I've never been one of those guys who subscribe to this notion that Clarissa ugly. I don't think she ugly. She not for me, but you know what I mean? Like, because with me, it's more than just looks. Like, of course, I love a beautiful woman. Ain't nothing too much on this earth that's better than that. But it's also the personality and your energy, how the way you carry yourself. Clarissa, she's all right looking. You feel what I'm saying? There's definitely a market for her because there's a lot of men nowadays. There's a lot of subservient men out here nowadays that love masculine women. Why that is, I don't know. Me personally, I'm big on my masculinity. I like to carry myself as such. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't gauge in no feminine behavior and none of that. And I don't like women who act like men. You feel me? So, and I don't tend to be comfortable around women who got masculine energy. I can't, bro. I can't. She could look like motherfucking prime Holly Berry. She could look however the fuck she want to look. As soon as you start talking like a nigga and talking all, you know what I mean? Then you want some confrontational, disruptive, type behavior like that little hood rat shit. Nah. And Clarissa, she just seems to be very, very masculine. It's that Flint water energy. I don't know I don't know about that. I mean, shout out to them. But yeah, like she just real tapped in with her masculine side. I can't get with it, bro. I can't. Did I see that leaked Tank video in the club? Yeah, I seen it. I seen him partying with some little snow bunny and all that. I mean, if that's what he on, that's what he on. I think the last place he should be is at a club, considering all the fucking legal issues he got right now. The last thing he should do is be around liquor, but Tank gonna do whatever he want to do. But the WBA mandated that Floyd Schofield fight, so we'll see. Baumgartner more soft than nah. She got I could already tell, like, see, Alicia, she talked too much for me. She's very like I ain't gonna lie, she's very arrogant. Arrogant. Um she got some masculine energy about her too. No, nothing about how the way she talk come across as like feminine to me. You know what I mean? She seems like she the type like no, she real just how the way she talk, man. She don't come across as like a cooperative woman to me. She seemed like the type that she gonna do whatever the fuck she want to do. You know what I mean? One of them independent Johns. I don't need no nigga. I don't need no nigga. One of them, oh my God, they the worst. Yeah, yeah, DOG, she'll smile. She'll smile and then flex her bicep. Like that tell you everything. Like women don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's nigga shit. She definitely flex. And then biceps be diesel as shit. Looking like Mark Henry and shit. No, I'm cool. And plus, I don't like when women be all muscular like that too. I don't. I love a in shape woman. I love a fit woman, but you know what I mean. When it look like you got hella testosterone pumping through your bloodstream, nah, I'm cool. My boy Tricks in the building. He said, "What do you think about Brian Norman Jr. versus Jack Catterall? Do you like that fight? And who you got?" I love that fight. That's a great fucking fight. Brian Norman Jr. just came back, won his fight. Jack Catterall just got a good win over Kiasov. That's a great fight, man. Now, who do I like in that fight, man? Brian Norman Jr., good counter punching, devastating power, athletic, quick, explosive. You got Jack Catterall. He a bit tricky. He got some little sneaky power too. I think it's gonna come down to because I could see a situation where like Jack Catterall, because he is the, outside of the Devin Haney fight that Brian Norman has, Jack Catterall is the more experienced guy. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he could use he could be a little tricky in there and outbox. He could probably attempt to outbox Brian Norman. He could hit Brian Norman with some, and Brian Norman, he ain't got the best punch resistance. I'm gonna tell you all that shit right now. I mean, I seen him drop, I seen him get wobbled. I seen him get dropped multiple times, wobbled multiple times. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Catterall could hit him with some sneaky shit and really get Brian Norman's attention. If Jack Catterall boxes and doesn't make it like an inside type of fight, he could have a better chance. But that's like that's a 50-50 to me, man. That's a 50-50. I ain't gonna lie. I would have to, if they do make that fight, man, that's a hell of a fight. You know what I mean? I would have to really study that shit. Brian Norman a dog. Jack Catterall a dog. Brian Norman probably, he definitely got the power advantage. Jack Catterall got some sneaky power, but it ain't like Brian Norman's. We'll go fight. Look like 147 catching up to Norman, though. They ain't look like the best weight cut in his last fight. I just came across that article with Zordo. Let me try to read this shit. I'm about to read this article to y'all before I get up out of here with Zordo. You're acting a damn fool out here. Reports coming out of Quintana Roo, Mexico, link Zordo to a detention involving 6 people in Playa del Carmen. Local media claimed that authorities detained the group after a traffic stop in an investigation into alleged fake credentials and other possible crimes. So far, no official statement has been issued by Ramirez or his team confirming the reports. The controversies in boxing continue. Seems a bit mysterious. Fake credentials. What does that mean? No. But we got any last questions before we get up out of here, y'all? I love that Jack Catterall and Brian Norman question. That's a good fucking matchup right there. I don't know if Brian Norman's team will really want to take that fight right now. Visas? Highly doubt Zordo's visas would be fake. If he going to the U.S. all the time for fights and shit. It was 6 others, yeah. Yeah, Jack Catterall, I don't think he did this camp with Bosey. I don't know if he's coming back to Bosey, but when he trained with Bosey over here to get ready for, what was it, Assuming? I think that's how you say his name. He should, Jack Catterall did his thing. Fucked Assuming up too, whatever his name is. But Jack Catterall deserves a world title shot next. I ain't gonna lie. I think he deserved it. Now, who's gonna be willing to give him that opportunity? I don't know. But he got some good wins, man. He got Jorge Linares, mind you, washed up Jorge Linares, but you know they robbed him. They robbed him against Josh Taylor. For real, for real. He should have had all the belts. But he came back, beat Josh Taylor, beat Regis, Harlem Eubank, Assuming Giasov. He doing his thing. He need to go ahead and get that opportunity. Rolly should, yeah. Jack Catterall versus Rolly is a good fight, but Rolly, so they making this nigga a super champion now, he really not about to fight nobody. He talking about he retired. AKA, nobody's available that I want to fight right now. Yep, Catterall should have been undisputed. That's truth. They did him so dirty. Rolly a hoe, low key. I think Rolly just on that type of time where it's like he not trying to fight anybody. You want to fight specific people. And those specific people just happen to be, you know, big fights, exciting fights. He don't want to deal with no outboxers. He only wanted to fight Dev because he was the last resort. It was either Dev or Giasov. Giasov, like, man, he be every time you ask Rolly about Giasov, I don't know him. That just means he don't want to know him, right? He basically saying he a nobody. So it's like, all right, you either fight Giasov or you fight Dev. Well, I really don't want to fight Dev, but if I had to choose, I'm gonna fight Dev because at least I'm gonna get more money from him. Giasov just got beat by Catterall. So now Giasov out the way. Devin Haney and Rolly fight fell through. So now Rolly just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, where are these opportunities at? But it's going to be interesting because once Dev signs this deal that they've been talking about for a while now, I'm assuming that means he's going to have money back in him. If he has money back in him, then he goes back over to the Rolly situation. Can they make a fight happen? Rolly can beat Catterall. That's a tricky fight for Rolly, man. If Rolly don't hurt Jack Catterall, he in trouble. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. As always, if y'all can go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'll be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,500 mark. Looking to crack that 3,600 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. I'll be back at y'all with another live, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. Up out of here, man. Peace.